All right, part two. We're going to start with two of Josh's songs that he picked for this discussion period. So, Josh, what songs be those?
So these songs, as I've said, are like 7s and 8s this week. It's kind of like songs I did want to pick because I like them. Yeah. So the first song that I want to talk about is Jay Park with The Truth Is.
우리 헤어지고 잠들기 전에 네가 그리워서 눈물 흘린 적은 없어 나 요즘 잘 나가 쉴 새 없이 여자한테 연락 와서 네 생각은 나지도 않아 내 옆에 있는 빈자리 원래 네가 주인이지 그 자리 여러 명으로 재보내버렸지 난 괜찮아 괜찮아 요즘 이뻐졌더라 하나도 왜 안 아파 근데 girl 솔직히 말하자면 고백할 게 있어 진심이 좀 낚이었던 건지 지금 말해줄게 사실은 girl 넌 아직까지 몇 시간씩이나 몰래 네 인스타를 훔쳐봐 사실은 girl 넌 자주 그래 아직까지 친구 통해 네 소식을 물어봐 baby 좀 초라하지만 내가 그러는 이유는 사실은 girl 난 아직도 널 사랑해 다른 남자랑
Jay Park, man.
I didn't call him my Chingu Jay Park.
That's true. I think you tried very hard not to.
I know, because you called me out. You're like, hey, man, that's Chingu. And I was like, oh,
we
shit.
both have our
oh, shit.
go-to sayings, right?
Yeah.
And
you may or might not know.
Yeah, you may or may not know that our Chingu Jay Park is our Chingu or not. But, he's been putting out a lot of great songs. We just talked about that all-English song.
All I Want to Do.
Yeah, All I Want to Do is You, apparently. Right? Don't Be No Bitch Boy.
Don't Be a Hating-Ass Bitch Boy.
Oh, sorry. Don't Be a Hating-Ass Bitch Boy. This song is the total opposite of that song.
Yeah. But it's strange in the way that he like phrases the tone of it. So when the song first starts, you really think this is going to be like a song in the vein of Kitty B, where it's like, we broke up, now fuck you, I'm doing good.
Really? I thought it was more of like in the Joa. Like, it sounds like Joa. It sounds like, I love you, this is a ballad for love, and like, it's cute and awesome, and we're gonna go in.
And like the first few lines are like, oh, after we broke up, got a lot of bitches, I'm riding in the cars, like I'm partying really hard, and it's just like, okay.
Okay, to be fair,
fit the theme.
I didn't read the lyric. Well, we have fundamentally different experiences because you can understand it, but like I didn't read the lyrics, so like it just sounded like a love song to me, like a happy Joa love song. But then later I did read the lyrics, and yes, it does start with like I fucked so many girls since you gone, like girls coming in and out, like I'm Jay fucking Park, and I was like, what the hell is this?
That is a love song. Man.
Yeah.
So then you kind of believe that like, okay, this is a fuckboy song, and then all of a sudden it goes to the chorus, and then Real Jay Park comes out.
Yeah.
Real Jay Park's like, the truth is,
since you've been gone,
I've been stalking your Instagram for hours on end.
Yeah.
You know, and
can't stop thinking about you, girl.
And I love you, girl.
I love you. I fuck those bitches because like I just there's a hole.
They to me.
They were just holes to me, and it was filling a hole in my heart, and then the second verse, he's like, man, like I hope you
fuck you though. I hope you get diarrhea on your date.
Yeah, he's like, I hope you get diarrhea. I hope you drop your phone, right? And then the best line is like, I hope the next time you have your period, it's worse than ever.
It's worse than usual.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's like,
spiteful.
Jesus, Jay Park.
Very spiteful.
Yeah. And then of course, but the truth is,
I love you, girl.
Like, all I do is I drink and I do drugs.
Prescription drugs in the strip club bathrooms.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's such a weird song.
It's such a contrasting tone. Like, I really wish Jay Park could be like, I really wish he could just keep it real, right? Like, if he's talking about like a song that's like, oh, I messed up, I want you back, I want him to rap about that real experience and not be like, I'm fucking so many bitches. But I want him to drop the bravado.
But the thing is, I think this is his life. Right, where like I was kind of arguing about this before we recorded, where like this song is like the legit true story of somebody who's not mature and still kind of living like a fuckboy, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like he thinks the most mature thing to do is fuck a lot of other girls, right? And like act like he's strong and past instead of just admitting to himself, right? Or he acts out in spite of like, I hope you get diarrhea, you dumb bitch, right? When like you probably shouldn't act like that, right?
Yeah. And like I can relate to those kind of feelings, right? Like just really just hating someone after a relationship, but on the same time, he's just like, but I love you, girl, right?
Yeah. But also we were arguing because like I can understand some of this stuff if he was the person that got broken up with.
Yeah.
If a girl dumped him and he was like, oh man, I'm trying to fill this hole. I'm trying to do this. Like I hope you and your new boyfriend suck. But like I'm pretty sure in this song he says
there's a line where he says like, I'm the one who broke it off.
Yeah. So if you're the dude who broke up, like I no longer feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
anymore.
no pity for you, Jay Park.
But
Keep all
again, all that being said, like the song itself is a pretty good song.
It's a pretty good damn song.
Like it's been a while since he's gone the Joel route.
Or he's just
like,
it's all singing.
It's all singing and very high tone, very like sounds happy even though it's not really that happy. And like I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't a song that I don't know if I'm going to be listening to it in 2 months, you know. But it's still a decent Jay Park song.
Yeah.
You know?
And the music video I think is also very interesting as well. The music video is like this kind of like animation, but this drawn animation.
Yeah.
I guess all animation is drawn, but like
it became more hand drawn and less
hand drawn,
animation.
animation about this dog, which is supposed to be Jay Park, and like what he goes through, and
like it just serves the weird conflicting style of the story much better to be animation rather than Jay Park doing it, right?
Yeah.
Or rather than a real life version of it because it just wouldn't make any sense. But this cute little dog doing it, okay, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes you need the feelings that you're supposed to feel like laid out for you instead of like trying to find it in a scene where Jay Park's like kind of smothering, looking around, and you know, like you're not really gonna get the feel as clear as like this dog is like fuck you, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's pretty nice. You know, you should definitely check it out, right? Like it's been a long time since we've said anything bad about Jay Park, you know?
Yeah.
And like that's really crazy to me. That's really good.
He's been releasing really good music.
Yeah.
And so the next song or songs I want to talk about is by Eric Nam with Good For You.
힘들었겠지 하루가 유난히 길었을 거야 지금 내가 데리러 갈게 지쳐있을 네 모습에 또 바뀌는 빨간 신호등에 괜히 마음이 조급해 For you, oh baby you For you, oh baby you Yeah, 뭐든 다 말해도 돼 내가 다 들어줄게 Cause I'm good for you 오늘 밤 나와 샴페인 어때 좋아하던 카페에 라떼는 okay Yeah 너 하고 싶었던 거 다 얘기해줘 baby don't worry No baby I'll be good for you
That singing thing again.
Good for you.
All right, well, so Eric Nam is not as polar opposite as like Taemin and Jay Park.
Yeah.
But they're pretty opposites. They're pretty like
If you consider Jay Park a gangster fuckboy, then Eric Nam is your I go to church, your mom loves me boy.
yes. But Eric Nam also secretly, like I think
He a freak.
he's got
probably.
a little freak
He
in
probably
there.
a freak.
He probably
dude.
a dirty freak in there.
Probably a freaky freak.
But Eric Nam, right, he's one of those, or he used to be at least one of, you know, as Josh would say, right, Chingus with a guitar. But he's a less acoustic guitar and more like generic-y poppy.
Yeah, he's been putting out a lot of pop songs.
Yeah. He just had the duet with Wendy as the station song, and like these songs are not that far off from that.
No, they're very very poppy in nature.
But like you picked this song, so why did you pick this song?
So strangely, at least for me, even though Eric Nam and Jay Park are such different kind of artists in general, this song, it sounds like it could be sung by Jay Park. Like, and I might be crazy, you might not agree with me. Steven doesn't agree with me fully, but he kind of sees where I'm coming from with this. But Good For You is kind of like the nice boy version of a Jay Park song that he would put out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's kind of like the church version of like a Kanye West song, right?
Yeah.
Like they try to make to keep the elements of what makes that Jay Park great, but they kind of made it cutier and less hard.
Yeah, and Eric Nam, the style in which he sings this song is very similar to Jay Park, but the way the song is kind of like arranged, or the way that the writer kind of made it, is that Jay Park's songs are normally a little bit more gritty or more hip hop sounding in certain like tones. Like it builds up and then it kind of hits this like grungy tone or this more hip hop tone. While Eric Nam's, the build up I feel is the same, and once it hits that note, it's more of a bright tone. It's higher, or it's like more clean.
It does it does kind of sound like Eric Nam's making a cover of like another Jay Park song that we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
But that being said, like I think both of these songs, I mean specifically Good For You, like it's a pretty decent song again, right?
Yeah, I think
it's not a great song. At least
say
for
it's
me.
a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I might go 6, 7. But again, our numbers are totally different because we're both different people, right?
Yeah.
But like it's a decent sit. It's definitely a coffee house song, right? Like you hear it in a coffee house, and you're like, damn, who is this? What's Eric Nam? And that's kind of Eric Nam's MO, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not a song that I'm gonna like choose first when I get out of class and I want to listen to.
You want
right?
to use to like some banger, right?
Yeah. This is like a song if it comes
something
up,
you listen to in passing, and like, man, this song is really good. I'm gonna download it later, and you might forget kind of song.
Then it comes on again, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download it.
So Eric Nam's video for Good For You, I think is kind of bland. It's just kind of him like just sitting there. It's very generic. It's very generic.
It's an Eric Nam generic music video.
But another song that he released a music video for, Interview, Eric Nam's Interview.
Hey girl, hello. 오늘 기분 어때요? 이렇게 만나게 돼서 난 좀 설레요. 우선 먼저 편하게 앉으면 돼요. Sit back girl, relax girl. 긴장할 필요 없죠. 나와 함께라면 이제 시작해볼까요? So what's your name girl? 그들도 알고 싶죠. 자연스런 척해도 아닌 척해도 사실 준비 많이 해봤죠. You look so fine girl. 그래도 알고 있죠. 자연스런 척해도 아닌 척해도 사실 그대가 난 좋은걸요. Let's start the interview.
That song, the music video was amazing for me. It is a lyric music video, but for me it's simply amazing because the way they use their cuts and the way they use their storyboarding is just really, really clever. And it reminds me very much of like Lee Hi's way of how she was shooting her music video, but this is more lyric music video in style.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think as a lyric video, it's very similar to a lot of lyric videos.
That's true.
Like there are two levels of lyric videos. One is like it's literally just here are the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
This one is like real world things. Like you see post-it notes, and the post-it notes slowly have the lyrics on it.
Yeah.
Like I think there's one for like Justin Bieber, Sorry. There's one for a lot of videos. Like I think it's not bad. And this is weird coming from the guy who usually loves like creative cool things. I just thought in the grand scheme of lyric videos, it was decent.
Yeah. I mean, in in the grand scheme of things, it is a lyric video. Right?
Well, I just mean in the lyric video genre, a pantheon of lyric videos. I thought it was like, okay.
Because I mean, also in like, for Western or American music videos, there are a lot of like pretty good lyric videos as well.
Yeah.
And I think you're kind of like...
There are some other Korean ones. I don't even...
Bit, yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head because we suck at that.
Yeah.
And my head hurts a lot right now. But like they're like it's the best way to make what. Let me put it another way. I like this lyric video more than Good For You, right? Because Good For You was very boring and generic, and at least this one, you know, keeps your, because you want to be like, well, how are they going to make the lyrics show up next time? How are they going to make the lyrics show up next time? So it's definitely I'm good. I don't mean to take a poop on your excitement.
Yeah. What really made me excited about it, the real MVP is the cuts and the transitions. So when you watch a music video, pay attention to those. I think they're very smooth, they're very natural, and yeah.
But the song itself, you prefer Good For You more?
I'm not sure. I think both the songs, they both kind of do sound like songs that Jay Park could sing, and I'm not sure I like them because I like the song or I really like songs that Jay Park could sing. You know what I mean?
Kind of. I think actually if I really felt that way, that like Jay Park could sing the song, I would actually like it less, because the whole time I'd be like, well, Jay Park could have done it better. Right? Jay Park could have done it better. Yeah. I think actually like they may, if you don't think that, maybe they sound similar, but not similar enough that you're thinking that. Because that's what I would think.
Maybe.
Because I'd be like, man, blah 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 would totally do this better. Like that's like a common like fan wars thing, right? Of like this song sounds like a 21 song, and 21 could have done it better, right? I don't mean it like that. I just mean
when I say that, I don't mean it in a way like, oh, so and so could do it better. I mean it in a way of like, I would like to hear so and so sing this song.
I would like to hear Jay Park. I would also like to hear Eric Nam sing All I Want to Do.
Yeah.
I really want to hear Eric Nam say Don't Be a Hating Ass Bitch Boy. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Yeah. But you know what else is hilarious?
What is hilarious?
Using our link to sign up for audible.com.
Made me laugh.
Yeah, now Audible, you know, in case you don't know, even though we mention it every podcast, is a place where you can get a free audiobook from over 180,000 titles just for your ear holes. If you use our link, audibletrial.com/TWIK, you can get a free 30-day trial along with a free book that even if you cancel that free 30-day trial, you still get to keep that audiobook. Right? Now, we just talked about Patreon, and let's say you don't have any money, right? You have zero monies. You can sign up for audibletrial.com for free, and we get a little bit of money from that from Audible. So if Patreon's not your thing, we haven't actually had that many people sign up for Audible. No. I think it's definitely less than 20, which actually was one of the reasons we were very scared about Patreon, because if less than 20 people won't even sign up for a free thing, we're definitely afraid how many people would actually volunteer.
We might get $2.
We might get $2. But anyways, that's audibletrial.com/TWIK. Check it out. There's so many great books. I haven't read any books recently because I was watching Produce 101.
Pick me.
We're going to talk a lot about... I feel like this after show is going to be amazing,
really
crazy. Because the last episode aired today in Korea, which is, what is it, August... Wait, it's Saturday
August.
Today, right?
You said August.
Sorry. I told you my head's hurting. Sorry. Today is Saturday.
Yeah. April 2nd.
Yes, April 2nd. It aired April 1st. But of course, I'm caught up. Josh isn't caught up yet.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through.
But, you know, before... Okay, so let's preface, like, because the podcast will come out in a week, right? If you have heard of Produce 101 and you're like, fuck that, like, Unpretty Rap Star sucked, which it did. Show Me the Money Force sucked, which it did. Okay, you're like, why the fuck would I listen or would I watch another show produced by Mnet?
Watch it.
Watch the show.
It
is so different. It's amazing.
I can't remember how many times I like teared up or like I felt some sort of emotion.
Like, so quick summary. Produce 101. They took 101 trainees from a bunch of rando companies you've never heard of.
And some companies you have.
And some you have. Starship, JYP. No YG, no SM, because they don't need that.
Yeah.
And they're making a 1-year temporary project group of 11 members. So these 101 trainees are fighting for 11 spots on this group. On this group, and when I heard that, I was like, "This is dumb. This is so dumb. It's just gonna be another like
competition music show."
Yeah, where like they purposefully make them fight with each other and blah blah blah. And like it is the furthest thing from that. It is all about working together.
Yeah.
It's all about helping each other. It's all about seeing how hard these girls work for their dreams.
It feels more like a kind of like a trainee kind of documentary than a real kind of like competition show.
I'm not gonna say documentary because it is very clearly still edited with a purpose in mind.
Yeah.
But it is as close as we would ever get.
Yeah.
Like it is everything you hated about Unpretty Rap Star or Show Me the Money, like they fixed for this.
Yeah, there's none of that in this.
It is an amazing show and it's like taking Korea, by storm.
Tons of people, like all our students, like a lot of my teachers start talking about it.
Yeah. And even like Pick Me, which we've mentioned before, is a horrible song, okay? I appreciate that song so much now. Like to see how much effort that they needed to put in to learn that song and to sing that song and to do that stupid, like maybe you watch that stupid like performance of all 101 of them and you're like, this is dumb, like we did. After watching the show, I was like, this is the best thing in the world.
We have more respect for it.
Yeah. Like you should watch it, and if you can, watch all of it before our after show, because in the after show,
we'll probably have spoilers.
We're going to have like a generic section and a spoiler section, but we actually kind of already talked about it right now. Anyways, we also need to thank the people that left iTunes reviews. I'm going to go through them very fast because we already spent too much time.
Yep.
But we have a Shay RB23 who says, I've only listened to a couple episodes, but I already know this is going to be one of my favorite podcasts. It's refreshing to hear the hosts give their honest opinions and not apologize for them. I'm new to K-pop, but some of the fandom nonsense that I've seen makes me wonder why I even bother. Thank you for being a new listener, and thank you for leaving us this iTunes review. We hope you stay with the podcast, and we hope to make you proud.
And please know that there are a lot of different-minded kind of fans out there as well, besides just the crazy fangirl fanboys.
Yes. And hopefully, maybe you can talk with them in Chingu chat on patreon.com.
All right, so our next iTunes review is from Bailey748. They say, shout out from Utah. I enjoy listening to you guys at work. What I enjoy the most is the exposure to songs and artists I've never heard of. I agree with a lot of what you guys have to say, so this podcast is perfect for me. I'm heading to Korea this May, around Seoul. Any tips, advice, / best place to eat? So Steven and I don't really go to Seoul a lot, but when we do, we mainly eat kind of Western food there. The best tip and advice I can give for you is to get really familiar with the subway system. It's very easy, but please do pick up a kind of a subway card. It's called a T-Money card. You can use it for buses. You can use it for subway. It is so convenient. You can even use it in taxis. So that is my best advice for that. Best place to eat depends on what you like. If you're a vegetarian, then you might have a hard time. But the Myeongdong area, there is a kalguksu place, hand-cut noodles, that is amazing.
I would say the best advice to give you is if you don't know Hangul already, you should learn to read Hangul. Because if you can learn to read Hangul in Seoul, you can easily find your way around and do way, way more things than if you don't.
Yeah.
And Hangul is one of those things where they say you can learn Hangul in just 2 hours, and you probably can. You can. Yeah. It's super easy, and it'll make your stay for, I don't know how long you're staying, but it'll make your experience, I think, way better.
Yeah.
All right, next one is by an amazing username, Dolphin Lover 29.
I wonder if they like dolphins.
Loves dolphins or loves dolphins? I don't really know.
Dolphins.
Now he or she said a really, really long kind of list of pros and cons. So instead of reading pros, I'm going to read some cons.
Yeah, because we don't want to hear pros.
Yeah, we don't want to hear good things. So of course, one of the cons is they are definitely more girl group based.
Yeah, we're guys.
But at least they admit it. We are sorry, and we're trying to rectify that when we can. Yeah. I hope to see more news segments and discuss controversies. I actually made a very conscious effort not to do that.
Yeah.
But it was nice to talk about it during the weekly update, which was like the only time we talked about more of the news and stuff. Controversies, I try to stay away from in general because a lot of it is like he said or she said stuff, and we don't really know the truth until much later.
Yeah, and there's not really too much to say about certain controversies, like now like Kai and Crystal are dating.
Whoa, dating?
And Steve and I, we don't really have much to say about that. Like, good for them.
I also don't care.
Yeah, good for them.
But of course, there are some more like new. It's very rare that there's actual news story where it's not just like it's actual news, not just he or she are dating or he or she. I think recently today or yesterday there was a supposedly big marijuana scandal.
That's right.
Iron is one of the people that have been named, and so Iron is now being like edited out of all Show Me the Money 5 because he was one of the theories on Show Me 5. Yeah. So there might be more people coming out with that in the future. Yeah. But in general, we don't talk about that. But that is more of a design choice and not mostly because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I care about the music. That's all I really care about personally. But yeah. So if it affects the music, then I care, right? If Zico was in a marijuana scandal or Jay Park was in a marijuana scandal, that'd be a big deal because that affects music. Yeah. If it's people dating, I don't really care.
Yeah. And our last review is from Kpopper21. He or she says, "You all enjoy the filth that comes out of their mouth? ? They talk in a disgusting fashion. I love K-pop, but hearing it from them is not enjoyable, not clean, not fun. Even the titles to the episodes are gross. I can't believe the popularity with this type of talk. No, thank you." We're popular?
I can't believe it. She said we're popular. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's a great review. That is the best 1-star review I've ever read on iTunes.
Thanks, Kpopper21.
Yeah, you probably won't even hear this because
you don't listen to us.
Like us. But we are very sorry about things that you don't like, but
Steven and I are not clean. We're not professional. We don't claim to be.
I don't bathe much.
But yeah, we are very abrasive, so sorry.
Yeah, but thanks for taking time to write that. All right, moving on to the 2 songs that I want to discuss. Mm-hmm. Now, both of these songs I chose more as these are just big name groups, and we should probably talk about them more than
we do have a lot
we
to say
enjoy
about them still.
The songs. But here we go. So the first song is by a guy group, right? We're working on those cons, and that guy group is GOT7 with their new song, Fly.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I wanna fly, baby, fly with you. Yeah.
에이, 넌 행복하니 난 행복해. 눈 뜨는 아침마다 난 매일 같아. 눈부신 햇살이 다 나 위한 것만 같아. 오늘도 나의 하루가 어김없이 너로 시작돼. 밤에 잠은 잘 자니 난 가끔 현실이 믿기지 않아 잠에서 깨. 무슨 말인지 알지? 가끔씩 두려워져. 정신없이 달려오니 다시 난 너의 품속. 넌 날 믿어 난 매일 기도하고 있어 하고 있어. 넌 날 믿어 하늘 위로 날고 싶어. Let me hear you say 너라고 날아가고 late 나와 함께 가줄래 girl. 넌 나의 꿈이 여기에 내 가슴에 다시 활짝 girl. 우리 시간을 마치 손들기와 태양이 교체되는 it. 터널을 벗어날 때 좀 환하게 널 비춰주는 it.
Now GOT7 is one of the guy groups that like before I think I turned on BTS.
Yeah.
Right. Like before I've grown to like enjoy BTS. Yeah. GOT7 was one of the few boy groups that I was like
really
had some hopes on.
Yeah.
Right. Like
the
problem with GOT7 has always been that their releases are very schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a sound, which is could be a good thing.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah. Which is good and bad. They do a lot of things to get every new song that they make could get new audiences, right? But it's also kind of bad for me because it's like, well, I liked A and I liked Just Right.
I hope they release a song like A and Just Right.
I hope they release something similar and it's totally different. So GOT7 has been a group we talked about where they go up and the next one's down and then it's up and down and up and down. And their last song, what was it? Just Do? The 2 p.m. sound alike song. I didn't really like that much. You didn't really like that much. But it was really a really big song, right? So
If You Do?
If You Do. If You Do. Very good. Good job, Josh.
Thank you. Cookies for me.
Woo! Now this song is, again, very different, right?
Yeah.
This song really, again, not to start a fan war, but I would say it really reminded me of a BTS type song.
Yeah, it sounds a lot similar to a lot of songs that BTS are releasing lately. That Steven and I kind of like from BTS. But this song, for some reason, I don't like it as much as I like those BTS songs, even though they kind of remind me of a certain style.
Yeah, I think part of it has to do with the fact that this song focuses very heavily on dancing.
Yeah.
Which is, dancing has been a part of all GOT7 songs, but this one is specifically like for 3 minutes, you're just going to see long ass wide shots of dancing, which honestly, for the first 30 seconds, I was like, great.
Fantastic.
Great decision.
Yeah.
Like, enough with that choppy, choppy, chop, chop, right? Like, I get to see the dance. The problem is it goes on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
there's no break from it. Usually, like with choreography videos, like the chorus or, just the breakdown are dance portions while the verse is like something else, but it's majority dancing. This one was like 90% dancing.
But it's not even that. It's like, if it's a well shot, of course, the best boy music video ever is BTS's Joro, right? Okay. And that's great because not only is a dance video, it's shot very well, right? Yeah. Another great dance video, Taeyong's Ringalinga, right? Yeah. Where it's a dance video, but there's moving parts. It's very cinematic. And they try to make it cinematic for this one. Like it's on a runway. It looks great for 30 seconds. And then you realize, it's still going. Yeah. I would like a little bit more cinematic flair, or a little bit more again, a lot of EXO's videos are dance videos. There's a lot of cinematic flair in those. Yeah. This one just doesn't have it.
And I really wish that their concept for this song, I wish it sounds crazy coming out of my mouth, but I wish they tried more creative things with their outfits.
This is totally crazy coming from your mouth.
Like Steven really likes this simple style, but for me, it was really bland.
Too boring?
It was too boring for me, too bland.
Yeah, they kind of just wear like a bright colored jacket and like black clothes, right? That's
for GOT7, I'm used to seeing like a lot of different colors, a lot of different like styles and clothing. And I don't think I've ever been like, oh, GOT7, why would they choose this this concept or this like outfit? But this outfit is really, really boring for me.
I mean, I can kind of understand because normally in a group, right? Like every dude or every girl wears a different thing, right? But in this one specifically, they're all wearing the same thing, and it does kind of make it a little bit more boring. We talked about that with last episode with like why Twice was so great and why even girls like Girlfriend have problems discerning members because in their videos they all wear the same things.
Yeah, and I can understand sometimes newer groups they don't really like differentiating and they want them all to kind of have a similar kind of look. But GOT7 has been around for a while, and even though you do know one member from another member, the shots that they've chose, it's really hard to kind of tell who's who.
I mean, of course, if you're a fan of GOT7, all of it.
You'll have no problem.
You need to think of it from an outside point of view. Like me, even though I've listened to every GOT7 song in the last 4 years or however many years, I know Jackson.
Yeah, but could you even point out Jackson in a music
I can point out Jackson.
Okay.
Just because I've seen him so many times. But any other dude? Don't know.
Probably not.
Don't know. Now, again, I know there's a YouTube comment waiting there. It's like, well, if you just look them up, you would know. And I'm like, that's not the point.
That's not the point. We are casual GOT7 fans. Yeah. We're not fandom fans.
And also, to be fair, I don't mind it. Josh is the one that minds it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought the uniforms are okay. I just thought that maybe part of the boringness you're talking about comes from the fact that they're in that same 2 outfits for way too long.
Yeah.
And
like seriously,
there's nothing flary about it.
Yeah, from one dance to like another like kind of set dance, they're wearing like a blue shirt and then they're wearing an orange shirt. And that's like the only change that happens.
Yeah, yeah. And it's nighttime and daytime.
Yeah.
But like in the grand scheme of things, I kind of liked the song. I do think, like for example, Run. I really liked BTS's Run when it first came out, but like I rarely ever go back and listen to Run.
Yeah.
Joro I listen to actually sometimes.
Yeah, Joro is when I want to feel like really hyped. I do listen to Joro.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this song, this song is definitely better than some of GOT7's Downs, right?
Yeah.
Like for example,
if you do
Hajime, electronic Hajime. Awful. Although going back and listening to some of GOT7's videos, it's very fun because some of the Twice girls are in those videos, and I didn't know that. So when you load up A and you're like, oh my god, this girl's so cute. Oh my god, it's Sana from Twice. You're like, hey, they playing it, but you know.
Yeah, JYP, right?
JYP.
But
I don't know.
In Hajima too.
Yeah. So I still have a deep place in my heart for A, and even Girls is okay, pretty like decent.
Oh, I really like Girls.
Just right. We really love. Yeah. But this still is definitely one of the downwards ones for me.
But better of the downers.
Better of the downs. Speaking of better of the downs, the next song that we're going to talk about is another big group. This time girls, sorry. Red Velvet with their new song, One of Those Nights.
그냥 꿈에서 깬 것뿐이야 또다시 까마득한 저 슬픈 별 하나 잘가 서툴게 인사하고 뒤돌아서 오는 길은 참 멀기도 하다 같은 시간에 Just for a minute. 같은 공간에 Stay for a minute. 그때 봤던 순간 모든 게 너와 날 위해 멈춰있던 그 순간 왜 그게 기적인 걸 몰랐을까 오래된 스토리와 그날의 멈춘 나 사랑한 시간보다 더
Velvet always, or not always, they haven't been around for that long, but they come out with an A lead banger and they come out with the ballad B, right? So they have Happiness, then they got Be Natural, right? They got some other song I can't think of, and they got Automatic. All right, Ice Cream Cake, they got Automatic, right? They got that ballady kind of, and
Dum, and now they have One of Those Nights.
Yeah. And we have not been a fan of their ballad songs.
I like the happy ones.
We have enjoyed the happy ones, of course, a lot. I mean, some more than others. Dum Dum,
really love Dum Dum.
Happiness, I actually really liked at the time.
Ice Cream Cake, pretty good.
Ice Cream Cake, decent. Automatic, hate it. I hated it.
Automatic for me, pretty bad, but not hated.
Hated. I think if you roll back the tapes, Josh very specifically said hated.
It was really, really abrasive then, and now I've come to hate it less.
Okay. Be Natural, also did not hate it.
I think I liked it more when I first heard it. Now I hate it.
It's weird. It's weird how this works, okay?
Yeah.
So, And actually, this song, when I wanted to talk about it, Josh was like, "I hate this song."
I don't
You
like
very
it.
specific.
I
You don't like it. You actually said like Automatic is better than this song, and I was like,
I think I said this song is cabbage.
You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Like, this is not an amazing song.
No.
But I think it is the best of the downward ballad songs that Red Velvet has made. It is 100% the best music video of the down because
the downward.
Because Be Natural wasn't
Be
bad.
Natural was a dance music video. I think it was pretty good.
I just couldn't get into it because the song was so garbage. Automatic was just this weird nonsense dream, and One of These Nights is still a nonsense dream, but it's like a way better shot and planned out nonsense dream.
I'm with you on that.
Like there's some really cool transitions in this song. It's actually kind of for me a much better version of like, because FX Four Walls also tried to be very dreamlike and like one scene would transition to another scene would transition to another scene, but like this one is like way better version of that.
Yeah. I feel like the same person who like produced this music video also produced Automatic. I feel like there's some kind of like weirdness to it that really reminds me of like Automatic, but I think it's done in a better way.
This one is like, so this might just be me, right? Okay. But there are like there are two types of nonsense videos.
Okay.
Sorry, not nonsense videos. Two types of artsy fartsy videos. There's
ephemeral.
There's the artsy fartsy videos where like it legitimately makes no sense, but they're trying to make it make sense, and like there's probably a 12-page Tumblr post of like what it means, right? Yeah. And for me, like Four Walls is one of those.
Oh, the rubber ducky represents innocence.
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
And for this one, there might be that, but for this one, I think it was so random and so they weren't. It seemed like they weren't really trying for a story. They were just making cool scene transition to cool scene transition to interesting scene,
which is all right.
Maybe it's just me. Like there's some kind of distinction there and there, at least in my head, where like I was never once like, man, they're really trying to make this artsy fartsy.
Yeah, they're really trying to push something on me here.
Yeah, like I thought, man, they were just making cool transitions, and some of them were pretty dang cool.
Just cool sets and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some cool parts where like she's walking and all of a sudden she opens the door and it's like she's like, you know, there's like it's like a waterfall and it's like a door in a waterfall. I'm like, how did they do that? It's pretty dang cool. Yeah. And the chorus of the song I really enjoy.
Yeah, there's one part of the song that I do really like.
I think it's the chorus. It's the part where like the drugs kick in. It's like the drugs kick in and it kind of slows down. It's like, and then like, it's kind of slow motion-y. Yeah. Like that part is definitely my favorite part about this song. I cannot believe you think like Automatic is better than this, but you know what?
It's comparing peas and carrots, man.
No, it's comparing shit and not shit. Sorry. I think we need a tier of shit, because like, what is the shittiest song we've ever heard? I mean, you know mine. Mine was Red Velvet, right? I'm not Red Velvet, Red Light. Yours, actually, I think yours was Drip Drop. Taemin's Drip Drop. Like, I've never seen you so hateful of a song right away than Taemin's Drip Drop.
It was very abrasive.
It was like the exact reaction I had for
very
Red Velvet.
Abrasive.
I'm not Red Velvet, Red Light.
It was very abrasive.
I've been sick for a whole week, guys. I've been really sick. And I've been worried a lot.
He's been watching Produce 101 only.
I've been using all my waking moments. Like my head was hurting so much, but I was really trying. I really needed to finish Produce 101 because I hate spoilers, and like because I got into the Produce game so late, I was like, oh my god, any K-pop related website that I might click on might have spoilers for this, so I need to power through.
I was on Instagram and it got spoiled for me.
See, this is why I don't gram, okay? Or at least I wouldn't until I finish it. It's just like Daredevil. I power through Daredevil because I know people don't spoil that shit, you know? Anyways, look forward to this Produce 101 after show because
it's going to be long.
I can talk about that show so much. And I cannot wait to talk spoilers with Josh about it.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to participate more in that discussion, you should definitely try and watch it. It's very long. Each episode is an hour 30, an hour 45 minutes, you know, without commercials. It's a very long show, but it's such an emotional show. Like I don't cry like in general, but like I teared up. I was watching it at work and I was like tearing up like at work, like, oh God, Oh, this is so sad.
He's trying so hard.
So look forward to that. I think this podcast actually turned out pretty short, which is good because that's what we wanted. And again, I know we mentioned at the top, but please click our link and check out our Patreon. Again, maybe Patreon, you're new to Patreon. It's spelled Patreon. If I'm not, Patreon. There it is. Patreon.com/thisweekinkpop. If you have some money, maybe one less meal you can donate to us. I hate that I said that. It sounds so creepy to me that I just said that, but then we're asking for money. But
I really hate it, but
that's what it is,
yeah.
If
you
can, any money you have will help us towards our goal. And I'm really scared we're not going to reach that first goal of $400.
We're gonna get $10.
But you know what? Those $10 though
Will be very much appreciated.
If it's only $10, we may just buy a CD for you and give it back to you, because that $10 would make. It's okay. Again, it's horrible for me to say this, but it would make me sad if we only got $10.
It would make me a little bit sad.
But anyways, until next time, until the after show, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.